What is up, y'all? It's your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video. Celebrities I believe have murdered somebody, part 2. And I'm not going to do the obvious ones. I'm not going to do OJ. I'm not going to do Bill Cosby. So let's just jump into it. Vincent K. McMahon. What does the K stand for, you ask? A little bit of trivia. Killy. So it's a cute nickname, huh? But Vince McMahon, I believe, has killed a homeless man on a surviving the game type of situation to where they just took him out to the forest, him and some other guys, and hunted him down. But I believe Bob Costas was there too. And the only reason he was there is because his wife got him a ticket to the human hunting party. It's like an anniversary gift because she was hoping he'd read between the lines. He wasn't like a man enough. So she was hoping that him murdering a homeless guy would man him up a little bit for her. But I believe like Vince McMahon and everybody else there, they were straight up just brutally murdering homeless people with their bare hands. And Bob Costas was just being a wimp about it. Like he was trying to kill people with a hammer and he was just lightly hitting them. There was like, is he dead? He's dead. And like Vince and were like, turn the hammer around to the claw part. Get into it. So that's why, and they've never respected Bob Costas ever since. So that's why Vince McMahon and him have this passive-aggressive type of relationship. The second person I believe that has killed somebody is Mark Cuban. I think he's killed somebody off of one of the, like an old-school duel situation. I think he bought 2 old-school dueling pistols from the Pawn Stars just for that purpose, just for the day that he could challenge somebody to a duel to the death, and he finally got it. Just, something stupid, like, yet slightly fancy. Something that, like, Mark Cuban... I think Mark Cuban thinks he's classier than he is, and he thought that would be a nice, classy way to end someone's life, even though it's goofy. Steven Seagal. Have you ever seen Mark for Death? I think Mark for Death... Yeah, that's the one where he's just beating the hell out of all the Jamaicans, right? Watch the clips of Steven Seagal beating up the Jamaicans in the jewelry store. He's being way too rough with those stunt guys. They're stunt guys, but they're still human beings. He is way too into it. Like, when I see that movie and I see that part, all I can think of is Steven Seagal in his trailer and some production assistant is banging on the door like, Mr. Seagal, we're ready on set. We're ready. All right, I'll be out there in a second. And he just kicks the trailer door open like, let's go! And he's just running towards the set. Like the production assistant probably has a little golf cart, and he just runs right by it. And he's screaming ahead to the set. People on set, he's like, start rolling! And he just ran right in and just starts beating the hell out of those Jamaicans. They definitely got hurt. Watch that movie. I'm sure they have it on YouTube, that clip. But I feel like he killed some of those stunt guys when he was making Marked for Death. The next person, Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods. I believe they were together and they killed a hooker. Like, what was that movie? Very Bad Things, I think it was, where Jeremy Piven killed Kobe Ty on accident, ran the back of her head into a coat rack and like impaled her brain. And then they just ended up having to bury her out in the desert of Vegas. I believe Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods did that. And I think that was all Jordan. I think Jordan was trying to get Tiger just to party as much as him. And I think that's why Jordan, if you look at people that claim to be his best friends on documentaries and stuff like that, you're like, how is this old white guy his best friend? How is this weird guy Jordan's best friend? Probably because those are the only other psychos that will hang out with him and be down with all the dumb stuff that he brings up and wants to do. And I bet he was hoping that Tiger Woods would be a psycho like him. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, if you take the life of $100,000 prostitute, it warms your heart in a way that I cannot describe. And Tiger was like, oh, I mean, I'll kill one. I mean, why not? And I think Tiger Woods killed a prostitute, and it wasn't for him. He was just like, I'll just, the driving range, that's okay for me, Mike. And then Mike probably just blocked his number from that point on. It's like non-prostitute murdering dork. So, who's the second person? Okay. Christian Bale. Because Christian Bale because he's a method actor. So I feel like Christian Bale, he's played a lot of murders. He's played a lot of tough guys, things like that. And in his brain, he just feels like, you know what, I can't fully grasp this role. I can't fully get into it unless I actually murder somebody. And I don't think it was a prostitute. I think he went out like really, really late at night and tried to find somebody that was getting their 4 a.m. bike ride or their 4:30 a.m. jog. Somebody that was in nice shape, so it'd be kind of a challenge to him. And I think he like picked a fight with them, and then but like I think maybe they got the best of him because he's been an actor for so long he forgets that fighting is actually real. It's not choreographed, so he ended up having to like pick up a brick off the ground and just smash the guy's head in or whatever. But that's what I think with Christian Bale. Jimmy Butler, I think, killed a hotel bellboy when they found out he was banging Rachel Nichols during the Bubble Championship, and he just like I bet Rachel was I bet like they saw the bellboy, they knew that he heard them banging inside the room, and he was going down the hallway kind of looking back nervous, and Rachel Nichols was like, oh my god, my life, my career is over, Jimmy. And Jimmy was just being a white knight, was like, you know what, babe, I got you, chased that kid down and just twisted his head backwards. Let's see, Elvis, I think Elvis killed a pizza delivery guy. I think it was one of those things to where they were just 5 minutes late, and he was on one. He was, if you know Elvis, instead of using a remote control to shut the TV off, he would just shoot it with a gun. So he probably already had the gun in his waistband. The guy showed up. He just smoked the hotel boy, but he was down in Graceland, and Elvis, even to this day, the spirit of Elvis could run for mayor of Tennessee, or of mayor of Tennessee, could run for mayor of wherever Graceland is, Memphis, and win. So at that time, if he smoked, some random pizza guy, it was okay. No one really stressed about it. Nick Cage. I think, speaking of Elvis, I think Nick Cage killed an Elvis impersonator to impress Elvis's daughter when he was Lisa Marie Presley, because they were married, Nick Cage and Lisa Marie. So I think he killed an Elvis impersonator just to prove to her in a weird way that he was about that life, that he was about the Elvis life. And he was like, you know what? I think it's an insult to your father that these dorks make a living cramming their fat bodies in the one-piece jumpsuits pretending to be him. So I think that's... Yeah, Nick Cage, Elvis impersonator, dead. And I think Lisa Marie married him because, I mean, if somebody murders somebody for you in the honor of your father, you're kind of obligated. I don't think she had any plans of being married to him for the long run. I think she was like, okay, I get married to him, I divorce him after 6 months, that's enough. He's earned that, but I'm not doing it more than 6 months. Fred Durst, I feel... In the last couple of years, Limp Bizkit has just been touring primarily overseas. And I think Fred Durst has, jumped up on a big speaker. And because they don't have, good unions and stuff like that to hire good workers over there as stagehands, I think they just, stacked everything up without strapping all the speakers down, and the speaker just fell off and just crushed some kid. But I think he just hurry up and they shuffled him out the back, got him on the tour bus, got him to the airport, got him out of there. And, I think it's never brought up. I think Fred Durst and the whole band, all of Limp Bizkit, is this will never be brought up again. Not even joking. Not even joking. And last but not least is Russell Crowe. I think, man, when he was younger, you remember when he was going wild, throwing people through windows at bars and stuff like that? I think Russell Crowe just killed somebody in a bar fight. But I think now, his friends I haven't seen in a while, they're like, hey, mate, hey, let's go to the pub and, steal some lives. And I bet Russell Crowe is like, nah, mate, I have kids. I gotta go to bed early tonight. I gotta take my kid to rugby practice tomorrow, mate. So he's over it. He got it out of his system, because you don't hear about Russell Crowe, smashing women's head through, newspaper machines or anything like that anymore. He's settled down. He's jolly fat Russell now. He ain't taking no lives. The only lives he's taking is the many cows that produce the piles and piles of hamburgers that he shovels into his fat mouth. But I love Russell Crowe, though. I mean that in a loving way. But that is celebrities, I believe, that have murdered people. Part two, allegedly. Not it's not allegedly that it's part two. It is part two, but I allegedly believe. I believe that they allegedly killed people. Okay, mostly prostitutes.